Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how to draw Sonic. So you're just going to start off with these basic proportions, change it as you need to make your Sonic. These are just constructions. They're going to be little just things that are going to help us while we're drawing Sonic, just guides. So this is our Sonic right now. Just copy down these proportions as best you can. This is the image of Sonic we're going to be trying to replicate. So let's go. So you're going to start off with his mouth. It's very curved. And it curves up like this. And it goes back down and follows. Actually, no, don't do that. I made his mouth way too high. Sorry. So his mouth is very low, not like his muzzle is very low, not too intrusive. Kind of has a very subtle curve up. It's not really subtle, but I mean, the curvature itself is. Hold on, I'm just gonna pause until I get this right. See, it takes a lot of tries to get down the right proportions. Okay, so about here you have this actually. I'm going to change this muzzle just one more time, make this part kind of small. Looking on the reference image, it's kind of a small, like, little thing somewhere in between there. Yeah. I'd recommend just looking at a few different pictures of Sonic. Okay, I think we're good. It looks weird now, but it's working later. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little dot about here. That's where we're going to have his nose. So his nose, it's just a weird little oval. Like that. Unlike most cartoon noses, it doesn't really taper at any point. I'm just going to mess with the proportions a little bit on mine. Hopefully you guys will be doing better at the drawing at this point than I am. Whoop. Yeah, his nose is more tilted than that. Okay, I'm happy where this is going so far. Next, we're going to go on his eyes. So his eyes start right about here where it curves. So, like, right about there. Not touching the edge, but just where the edge kind of comes to start to curve. So, we're going to have one real big open eye. Yeah. And then it kind of curves down. It doesn't touch the bottom at all. He has massive eyes. And then just like that. Yeah, real cool looking Sonic. Sonic actually, he kind of does have one big eye, like right there. It's one giant eye. Huh. Weird. I never noticed that before. But whatever, let's just get back to our drawing. And now here, when we draw his eyes, they're very like blobby. So they kind of have this weird curvature to them. It's very hard to get right. Well, at least in this image, they have that kind of curvature. So I'm going to give it to him because I think that it really does help it look as cool as possible. And I mean, classic Sonic is about as cool as you can get. Okay, I think we're on the right track. This one does kind of taper down, which normally his eyes do not do. I'm going to just change this eye a bit to match this eye. Yeah, just change this eye a tiny bit with my selection tool. Whoever made the selection tool is a freaking genius. I praise that man for forever making art so much easier. Like, I don't think I'd ever be able to make any digital drawings if it wasn't for the frickin' selection tool. My neighbor's cool on a cool guitar riff. Sweet. Alright, so we got it about there. I like where this is going. Alright, so we got his general spikes in the back already. He has 2 spikes in the side. Don't forget his little tail. But next, let's go to his legs. So his legs from about here. I just have these lines showing where I want his legs to go, and then I have these big squares representing his socks, so I know where his legs are going to end up. Right about there, yeah. Do that for the other leg. This one's curving. Yeah. What if I could do a Sonic? Gotta go fast. No. That sucked. Okay. Remind me, everyone who watches this, remind me to never say that again. So you're gonna have it like this, just like little ovals. That's where his feet are gonna go into his socks. And then this follows those ovals. So hold on, I'm actually gonna turn everything on this layer blue so it's just easier to see. Just gonna turn it all blue. Everything I've drawn on this layer so it's easier to see. Much better. Okay. There we go. Now you can see it really easy, way easier. Sorry, gotta make sure my grammar is on point. I always am on people about saying stuff like, that's really better or something, but I say it too sometimes, so I'm really hypocritical, so I'm trying to stop saying that. Stuff like that. Now his socks kind of go out and then in and then back out again for the folds. Same on this side, just that shape. And then his socks follow the curvature right there. And then boom, Sonic has a sock. Do the same for over here. And then have this follow it. They kind of go out a little more. And then boop. This one, make sure to remember to follow the curvature, the 3D perspective, because his socks can't look exactly the same over here. Well, his socks look exactly the same over here, even though his feet are facing different ways. They look pretty much the same. I'm going to have this one go out a bit more, just to mimic the original. I think it's a little cool detail. Yeah. No, not that much. Real thing about drawing is you're just going to be redrawing the same line over and over again until you get it right. Alright, next we're going to give him his mouth. In this one he's frowning. He's not looking too happy, but in this one I'm going to give him his big Sonic smile. Yeah. Will this look good? Nope. Not at all. Maybe we can give him this smile. Closer. I'm gonna make his mouth bigger and then give him this smile. Nope, that looks weird. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna try it one more time. Nope, that does not work with Sonic. Never mind. I'd recommend just sticking with a straight line on Sonic. Much better. Much better. Okay, he's calm, cool, and collected. And on this, we're just gonna... I basically already have his ears out. You're gonna give these a softer curve on the sides, and they kind of curve in right here. It's a very subtle curve. I'm gonna try my best to include that, make it look as good as possible. Then up here again, a very subtle curve. It's not coming to a sharp point like that. It's coming up more like that, but less extreme. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. And then do this. It is pretty much just a straight curve, but not super pointy. It's kind of odd for Sonic. He's a pretty pointy boy. Then we're gonna do this thing again, and boom, Sonic ears. Alright, let's go on to the spikes. Very clean, straight line. I'm gonna change this one just a little bit. I think it looks better if it's just up here. I think it works better. It's gonna come, touch down there. And you're not gonna go all the way on all these lines. You're not gonna connect them all the way. Just follow your basic guidelines and you should be able to get some Sonic hair down pretty well. Sonic spikes are always the funnest part of drawing Sonic. And then bring it in here. And then one more time over here, and it's gonna connect to there on his perfectly circular face. Boom. Now we're getting one step closer to making a Sonic. Wow, that looks weird. Okay. So we have this. Now let's do his stomach. So his stomach is basically this proportion we already have here. Oh, hold on, that's my dad's alarm. Alright, so, yeah, hold on. Sorry, I thought someone was at the door. It was just someone on their skateboard. Alright, so his shoes, we're going to kind of do this shape, and it goes out like that. It's going to be his heel of his shoe, and then it bends in. This is how feet work. And then it comes up, and then you don't do this flat shape. It makes it look horrible, like the flat shape in this sketch. It doesn't look like he's standing on anything when you do that. So you're going to try and get more of a bubbly shape. I think that's close enough. Then we connect it there. I'm actually going to make this indent here much bigger and much more apparent, because I made it super small. Probably felt bigger because I zoomed in. Is that better? Yeah, much better. Okay. And next, we're going to do this feet over here. They're pretty much just keep it exactly the same, you know? Not that much difference between what you should about have with your sketch in this. There. See? Pretty easy. I'm actually going to adjust my drawing. I think mine, he doesn't look like he's touching the ground. It looks like he's tapping his feet when he's not supposed to be tapping his feet. There we go. So I guess there was some changing that needed to be done. Okay. So boom, he's back to standing. Next, let's go back to his chest. I know I said I was going to do his chest last, but last when I was recording, but time cut basically. So boom, just a little circle. Actually, no. We're going to move that circle. I don't like where it is. We got to make it real close to his head. If you look at the picture, it almost touches his head. It does touch his head, actually. It makes contact right here for a little bit, and then it goes back down. Okay. Make proper adjustments. Make sure it looks all good. And I'm just going to mess around with this. There we go. Much better. You know, feel free to make that. If I was going to make this a full final drawing, I'd probably make this much more circular. But it's not that big a deal. Let's go back to it. Now we're going to go to his most complicated parts. We're going to work on his hands. So basically the same thing applies to his gloves that we applied to socks on his hands. Yeah, okay. Just making sure that's in the right spot. And then we're going to just do this, and then in a little bit, and then back out. Sonic really doesn't have that many folds in any of his clothing, so he's pretty simple to draw. Alright, next we're going to go to his hand. So here we're just going to follow this here, then boom, you got his thumb. And next we're going to do his ever so iconic finger. It's not really iconic, I just think it looks cool. Should be iconic. Why isn't it iconic yet? Well, this is kind of an iconic pose from Sonic CD. I don't like the posing of that at all. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make his hands closer. His fingers shouldn't be that spread out, it looks weird. Like his fingers are broken. Wait, did I even do the right finger? No, I did the wrong finger. It's not broken. Never mind. So I'm just going to erase this finger because I was being stupid. So we're going to do this finger. Boom, and it curves just at the end, if you see over here, like that. Not that much of a curve, but it's most definitely curving. Like, it really does get that pose down. It's a cool pose for Sonic. I think it looks cool. Then it connects here, then boom. Next, we're gonna do this finger, whatever. A lot of it is mainly with the fingers. You're gonna mess around with it a lot. I know I keep saying you're just gonna keep redrawing everything a bunch, but like you really, like there's no way anyone's gonna get a drawing this really complex. Like it is a complex pose, I'd say, but no one's gonna ever get this down first time. Oh yeah, don't forget to do his spikes on his stomach. Basically just the same rules apply to the spikes on his head. Boom. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do this over here, and it's basically the same method. So I'm just gonna skip until we get to his fingers, because everything else is exactly the same. Okay, so next we're gonna do his other hand. So this hand is a little simpler. So just let me look at that a little more. Okay, so first we have this finger, which is just gonna whoop straight up there. And then we're just gonna bring it back in. And then we're gonna do this finger. I'm going to adjust these later. I'm gonna bring this up more. Much better. Good. Okay, then we're gonna erase this. Hold on, I'm gonna check on my food. Okay, so this is one of the harder fingers to try and get down, I'd say. And boom! I think I got that pretty well. Next on his other finger. This one just kind of is there. It's a normal finger. Not that much special about it. But it just kind of does this. What the heck? My phone's glitching out. Okay. There. I'm going to move this one, actually. Make it thicker. Thick. And then just move this. And then transform. And then boom, you can move it. Wow. Oop. Okay, now we can do this finger over here. If you look here, this finger over here is kind of just like behind this finger, so you can't really see it that well. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna fix this. There, now it makes more sense. Now we can have that finger right here, and then there, good, okay. Now we just need to do his thumb. One thing to note about thumbs is they always have a little bulge over here. And then boom, thumb. I think that hand's pretty good. I'm just gonna make his thumb way longer. There, that's how you draw Sonic. I'm gonna ink it, maybe I'll color it, and then I'll get back to you.